Good morning. It's Melissa. Let's do some Pilates today. So today we're going to do a Pilates workout and I'm going to use a Dynaband. And you're probably thinking, I don't have one, so I don't know if I can do the workout, but I've got some options for you. If you don't have a Dynaband, you can purchase one. I'm sure you can find one on Amazon or something, or Dick's Sporting Goods. Or I do have a bag here. I think I counted correctly. I have 9 bands in here. So if you don't have one and don't want to purchase one, text me. I'll clean it. I can put it in a bag. I can leave it at the top of my driveway. You can come pick it up. Or if you're like, I'm not leaving my house, but I'd like one, I can deliver it to you. So it gives you a couple options if you don't have a band. But I thought using a band today would be a nice way just to get some extra stuff going for you. I hope everybody had a good Easter, and let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and we're going to take our band and we're going to start with a little bit of standing arms. So I'm going to stand back just a little bit here. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, lift them up, roll them back again, and do it one more time. All right, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of resistance here. I'm looking down at my feet. I'm going to stand up really nice and tall, good space between hip and rib. Taking a breath, we're going to exhale, open the arms out wide to make the letter T. So find the resistance that feels good. Shoulders are back, and we're going to do 10 of these. So with an exhale, we open and center. Open and center. And I always think I want my arms just to go straight out to my sides, not necessarily behind the back of my body. And we go 6 and back, 5 and back, standing up tall, ears over shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Now come back to center. Now we're going to pull the shoulders back, shoulders down from ears. And now I want you just to open one arm out 10 times. So I'm going to probably focus a little more on the arm that's staying steady. 2 and center. 3, center. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now bring both arms to center. Let's do the other side. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. Of course you can do all this without a band. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower those arms down. Roll your shoulders back. Now I'm going to take the band and we're going to place it on the floor. I'm going to try to make sure I've got equal amounts and I'm stepping into the center of the band. So most of my bands are, I think, a good length. If your band is a little bit shorter, you'll have to just make some adjustments. Now I'm going to hold on to the tips of the band and we're going to do some warm-up squats. So my feet are looking down. I'm trying to make sure they're about underneath my hips, about hip distance apart. I'm going to hold my arms steady for the moment. And I'm going to sit back, stand up. Inhale, exhale. So I'm not really doing anything with the band right now. I'm just warming up my lower body. I'm thinking about my knees, hips, ankles. How do they feel as I start to add these movements? That was a little bit sideways there. And let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to get a little more active here. If your band is a little bit shorter, you can always take one foot onto the band. So this time when I go into my squat, I'm going to extend my arms out. So I'm going to bring my arms up and return them back. So I want to keep my arms straight the whole time. Here we go. 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. I'm going to take my band. I'm just going to put it to the side. And then we're going to do a couple standing roll downs, make our way down to the floor, and then go from there. So I'm going to step back a little bit. I've got a little bit of a lower ceiling here, so I'm going to have to think about where to put my hands on that. So with an inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up to the top. Like I said, I'm going to fight with that ceiling just a little bit. Shoulders down, lower your chin, and then dive into that pool of water. Make sure you keep your knees a little bit soft, but really try to scoop the belly around the spine. Bring the crown of the head closer to the floor. Take a big breath in, rebuild your spine, pulling the belly in, Standing up, rolling the shoulders back. Let's do that again. Inhale, we lift the arms up. Drop your chin. Round your spine, scoop your belly. Try to move through all the vertebrae to lower your head down. Take a big breath. Exhale, stack it up. Back to the top. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways because I'm going to walk it out into a plank. So when you're ready, we're going to take it out. So we're going to lift arms up to the top, drop your chin, scoop your belly, round your body towards the floor. Fingertips on the floor. We're going to travel out in 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to lower my hips so you can't see my head now. Hands are underneath the shoulders. I'm going to hold my plank and then walk it back. 1, 2, 3, and then stand up tall. Maybe I'll try to face forward and come off the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale, I'm going to lift my arms straight up. Drop your chin, scoop your belly, roll it down, walk it out. 1, 2, 3. Stabilize strong shoulders, reaching the chin away, lengthening the spine. Walk it back. 1, 2, 3, and roll it back. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Lifting the arms up to the top, dropping the chin, scooping the belly, rounding it down. 1, 2, 3. And then we reach it out and pause. Shoulders are strong, core is engaged. You're on those toes, backs of the knees are lifted. We're here for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and bring those knees down. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways. We're just going to add a quick cat-cow. So when you're ready, you're going to tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly, round your spine up. Inhale, release, and let it go. Again, I like a nice exhale. As we start from the tailbone, drop the tailbone, scoop the abs, drop your head down. Inhale, release, and let it go. One more time. Scoop the belly, round the spine up. Inhale, release it out. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to have a seat. And now we're going to start with our band. We're going to take the band. I'm going to kind of try to straighten it out a little bit here. I'm on my mat, and I'm going to place it around the bottoms of my feet. You can't see them, I know, but I'm telling you what's going on. My heels are on the ground. My toes are up to the ceiling. So I've got my knees bent, and we're going to do a roll back. So when you're ready, you're going to pull your ribs back. You're going to scoop your abdominals. You're going to lower down, let the back of your head touch. Nod your chin, exhale. Use that band and lift it up nice and tall. Let's do it again. Inhale, pull your ribs back, round your spine, take it down. Inhale, nod, exhale, curl, and stack it up. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, let's pull the ribs back and down. Nod your chin, exhale, curl, and stack it up. Let's do it one more time. Still got the band on in my hands and around my feet. Pull the ribs back and down. And then nod your chin. Exhale, curl it up. So now we're going to take it down to the floor. I'm going to keep the band around my feet, and we're going to do what I call footwork on the mat with the band. So we're going to take it down to the floor. And now once I come down here, I'm going to just organize my pelvis really quickly, maybe do a quick little imprint and release. I'm still holding onto the band, and now I'm going to bring my feet into a tabletop position. My head is down, heels are touching, toes are turned out, and I am reaching my arms away. So head, shoulders, spine, hips are on the floor. Now with the breath, I'm going to exhale, push my legs out. Inhale, bend the knees in. Exhale, push them out. Inhale, bend them in. I'm in Pilates V. So I'm going to go exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, inhale. 1 more. Exhale, inhale, pause. Now let's nod your chin, lift your head, scoop and curl your body up. I'm still holding my arms straight. And we go for 8 more. Reach and back. Reach and back. Reach and back. Reach and back. 4 to finish. 4 and back. Keeping the core steady. 3 and back. 2 and back. Last one. Pull those knees back in. Lower your head down. Now bring your feet to parallel. Parallel feet, parallel knees, arms are still straight. Here we go. Exhale, straighten those legs on the working line. Bend the knees back in. Exhale, we go out. Inhale, return. Exhale, out. Inhale, return. 5 and back. 4 and back. 3 and back. 2 and back. Last one, come back in. Nod your chin, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Straighten those arms out. Maybe choke up a little bit more on that band. Exhale, the legs go out and back. 2 and back. 3 and back. When you reach them out, really engage your entire leg. 4 and go out for 5 and 6. Exhale, 7. Exhale, hold your legs out. You can't see them, but I'm going to work on pointing my toes, flexing, pointing, flexing, pointing, flexing. Let's do 5 and back, 4 and back, 3 and back, 2 and back. Last one, pull them in, bring those knees and lower your head down. All right, slide the band off. Just slide it off for a second. Pull your knees in nice and close. Press down on your shins and maybe give your back a little rock side to side. Just imprinting the back into the floor. Excellent job. We've added some work for our hips. We've added that footwork for our legs. We've added some flexion. So we're ready to move on. We're going to place our feet onto the mat and our hands just right on by our sides. I want you to lift your arms about an inch off the floor so they're no longer touching, but they're still reaching. Nod your chin, neutral pelvis. Take a breath. Exhale, flex up and reach. Inhale, lengthen back. Again, exhale, scoop and reach. Inhale, take it back. 2 more, scoop and reach. Inhale, take it back. 1 more, scoop and reach. Inhale, take it back. We're going to add on. I'm going to lower my arms down and straighten my legs out. So this time I'm going to lift up and I'm going to work on bringing both my legs up. I know that's a lot to ask right away. Nod your chin to your chest. And when you're ready, exhale, curl up and reach. We're in our 100% position. And back down. Let's do it again. Chin to the chest. Exhale, curl up and reach. You can always take those legs higher, just like that. And back down. 2 more. Curl up and reach. Strong scoop. And back down. We are going to work out our 100. So take a breath. Work where you can. Nod your chin. Exhale, curl up. Hold your position. Pump your arms. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 50. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Pull those knees in. Nicely done. We're going to take our feet. You're going to set them back to the floor. And now I want you to pick your band up again, please, and kind of flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to place the band over my hips. And I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to reach. I like to hold the band between my first finger and my thumb. And I'm going to press my hands onto the floor. We're going to find a bridge. You're going to imprint your low back, and that band is pressing onto my hips. So when I curl up, I have to use a little extra work to reach my hips up and find that bridge. But I'm also pressing down with the band, so I'm working my triceps. And then I'm going to roll through that movement back to the mat. So it gives me the feeling of chest expansion along with my bridge. So I'm going to imprint, peel, and lift my hips up and roll them back to the floor. Again, I'm going to imprint, peel, and lift my hips up and roll them back to the floor. All along, I'm looking up at the ceiling. My neck is in line with the rest of my body, ears over shoulders. I'm curling and I'm pressing those hips up high. So I'm using my glutes, my inner thighs, my core, my back, and also my triceps to hold the mat or hold the band down. 2 more. Imprints, peel, curl, and lift it up. And roll it back down. 1 more time. We're going to curl and lift it up. And roll it back down. Nicely done. You're going to take the band, you're going to place it around the bottoms of your feet. So I'm going to lift my feet up and place that band right back onto the bottoms of my feet. My feet are in parallel right now. So I'm going to bring my head back to the floor. Head is down, shoulders are down, pelvis is neutral. So you're going to decide how much resistance you want for your arms. What I want you to do is you're going to start by extending your legs out and reaching your arms up by your ears. So take a breath, and we're going to reach and open arms and legs out and pull them back in. So you got to be able to use your arms. So if you play around with, see what feels like the right amount. Keeping the tailbone heavy. I'm going to say take a big breath in and then exhale, push into the band. Use your arms to straighten it out. Inhale, control it back. Exhale, push to reach and open. Inhale, control it back. Exhale to push and open. Inhale, come back. Let's do 5 more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, back. 3 and back. 2 and back. Last 1 and back in. I want you to take your knees and reach them straight up. So now my legs are in a nice straight line. Toes are reaching up, legs are up, band is holding onto those legs. Now this time I can pull down a little bit more. I can anchor down. And now when you're ready, you're going to flex your feet. So I'm flexing my heels. Keep my back nice and neutral. I'm going to inhale, lower it into that leg. Point the toes. Exhale, pull those toes to the ceiling. Flex. So this is our double straight leg stretch. Inhale, we lower. Point those toes. Exhale, bring it back. Flex. Inhale, we reach. Point those toes. Exhale, bring it back. 2 more. Flex, point, bring it to the top. 1 more. Flex, point, bring it to the top. Now let's try nodding our chin, lifting our head up, finding that scoop. And we go again. So we flex, point, pull the toes high. Again, flex, point, pull the toes high. 3 more. Flex, point, pull the toes high. 2 more. Flex, point, pull the toes high. 1 more. Flex, point, pull the toes high. Lower your head down. I'm going to take the band off of 1 foot. So I've got 1 foot up in the air and then 1 foot just with the band on me. Now we're going to go right into a little single straight leg stretch. So I'm going to start with my head down, and I'm holding on with 1 leg. So I'm going to lower my free leg, holding on tight to the strap leg, and then switch, and switch, and switch. So I'm just scissoring my legs, seeing how it feels just to push with the band. I'm holding it nice and close to me. And the last one, and then pause. Now I'm going to reach my head, neck, and shoulders up. I'm going to hover my free arm, hold the strap leg, and now we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to bend both knees. All I've done is bend both knees. I'm still holding this strap leg. Now I'm going to push my free leg out, pull my strap leg in, and switch. So I've taken it right into a single leg stretch where I'm holding onto the band. Yes, so that gives me some more resistance to push into. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the ceiling. Now I'm going to put my new leg into the band. So both legs are back up to the ceiling. The new leg is in the band. And I'm going to hold it nice and tight because I want to get some good stretch. Head is down. Take your free leg down and then switch. So you've got your free leg and your strap leg. Your free leg and your strap leg. And you're just feeling the scissor stretch here. And then bring it to a hold. Curl curl it up. See, I've got my strap leg and I'm anchoring it down. My free arm is off the floor and so is my free leg. And now I scissor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to bring both knees into table. I'm still holding that strap leg. And I'm going to press one leg out and switch. 2, switch. 3, switch. 4, switch. 5, switch. And bring it back in. I'm going to get rid of the band, bring my knees in for a quick little hug, and then I'm going to rock it up and find a seated position. So I'm going to face you guys, and then I'm going to take the band and place it around the bottoms of my feet. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to straighten it out just like we did earlier, place it around the bottoms of my feet, and I'm going to sit up nice and tall. So this is a good way to get some more upper body work in, and you decide how much pull you want with the band. So I'm going to crisscross it. So I've crisscrossed the band, so I'm making like a letter X here, and I'm going to pull my toes up, so you can't really see them, but my toes are up to the ceiling, so the bottoms of my feet are flat. My legs are relatively straight. If you need to bend your knees, absolutely bend your knees. My spine is straight, my elbows are wide, and I'm going to do a little row. I think I want a little more resistance, so I'm going to choke up here. And let's do 12. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we're going to make a small change. I'm going to add a C curve to that. So my toes are still flexed, or meaning my ankles are flexed, my toes are up. And now, instead of a nice straight back, I'm going to add a C curve. So I'm scooping my belly. I've got my C curve. I don't want my shoulders to creep up by my ears, so I have to make sure they stay nice and strong. And we go again for 12, 11, 10. Push out on that band. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up nice and tall. I'm going to stay in this same position. Maybe I'll turn a little bit slightly to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm taking my band, and instead of crisscrossing it, I'm holding the straps the way they should be. There's no cross in the band anymore. We're going to add a little bit of rotation. So I have each strap in my hand. My feet are still flexed and my toes are up to the ceiling. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. I'm going to go to my left. So I'm going to start to come back a little bit and do a little bit of a pull, and then lift myself up nice and tall. And then again, take it to the right and do a little pull and sit up tall. And do a little rotation and sit up tall. And a little rotation and sit up tall. A little bit of a twist. A little bit of bow and arrow arms here. A little bit of a twist and sit up tall. Let's do 2 more sets. A little twist and center. Twist and center. 1 more twist and center. Last one, twist and center. So I'm going to come back to facing you guys, and I'm going to keep the band in my hands. There's no cross of it. And I'm going to maybe bend my knees just a teeny bit so I can sit up a little bit taller. I definitely want to choke it on the band, and I'm going to hold it between my thumb and first finger because I want to get some bicep curl. So I'm going to hold it in pretty tight and do almost like a little hammer curl. Think your thumb is coming to your shoulder. We're going to do 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we are going to do a round bag version, but before we do that, we're going to make a small hinge. I've straightened my legs out. My spine from my tailbone out through the crown of my head is super, super straight. Now I'm going to do a small hinge forward so my shoulders are down. And now, depending on how strong your triceps are, I'm still going to hold it the same way. And I'm going to do a little kick back. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Do that squeeze and hold. 5. I'm going to slow it down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back up. I'm going to give my knees a little bit of a bend. We're going to do a second set of those bicep curls. And you're going to scoop the belly. Find that C curve. Really feel strong. Still holding it in between your first finger and your thumb. Here we go. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up nice and tall. We got to finish it out, do that second set of triceps. So I'm going to pull myself forward, pulling that belly in. Think of your body as a super straight line. Elbows in close. And when you take it back, squeeze the triceps. Return. Squeeze. Return. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Come all the way up. Woo, shake out your arms. I am going to use the band for our prone today. So I'm going to take my band, I'm going to keep it nice and long, and I'm going to come all the way down onto my belly. I'm going to try to make sure you kind of can see what I'm doing the best that I can. So I'm going to make my way down onto the floor, and I know this gets a little tricky with me, and I'm going to come all the way down. So without moving our camera, I'm just going to talk you through it. So I'm going to hold the band in my hands, and they're going to make like a V shape. I'm reaching my arms up by my ears. My toes are maybe a little further apart than hip distance. I'm going to wiggle my hips back and forth, and then I'm going to anchor my hips down. Shoulders away from the ears. I want you to bring your nose or your chin to the floor. And now with an inhale, just holding onto that band, lift your arms up. So inhale, just lift your arms up and lower them back. So here, if I were on the floor here, I'm just lifting my arms up and lowering them back. So it's a very small movement just to get some shoulder mobility happening. That's what I'm talking about right here. So we're going to go with the number 5. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm telling you exactly what to do. So with an inhale, we lift the arms up and down. Again, 2 and down. Inhale, 3 and down. Keeping the core strong, reaching those toes long. Inhale, 2 and down. Inhale, 1 and down. Now we're going to make a change. This time when we bring the arms up, you're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders. So you're going to get some spinal movement, some spinal extension here. Okay, don't force it. Just go where you can. Toes still stay on the floor. Inhale, we lift the upper body up and lower it back. So it's a very, very subtle movement. Imagine I'm lying on the floor here. Inhale, I'm just lifting a little bit and lowering it back. So I'm trying to keep my ears and arms, everything somewhat in the best possible line. All right, let's maybe just do 4 more of those. Inhale, lift and lower. Core strong. Inhale, lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and pause. Now we got to get those legs part of the game here. So this time when the arms come up, they're still in that V, we're going to reach our toes off the floor. Here we go. Inhale, everything comes up, everything goes down. Again, inhale, everything comes up, everything comes down. And yes, I'm still holding onto the band. Inhale, everything lifts and lowers. You've got 2 more. Draw that belly in. Inhale, lift and lower. I'm adding a bonus. Inhale, lift it up here. And now just swim your legs. Kick them up and down. 20 times. 6, 8, 10. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and done. All right, wiggle side to side. Place your hands in by the seam of your shirt. We're going to push it up for a swan and then go into a stretch. So when you're ready, inhale, push it all the way up And then I'm just gonna sit my hips back. I'm gonna take it into a child's pose. It could be a cat-cow, whatever stretch feels good for your body. Take a moment to really think about flexing through here, dropping the tailbone and stretching your body out. We're gonna go back to some more arms here. So when you're ready, I'm gonna come up. This is how I'm gonna use the band. I'm gonna flatten my band out and I'm gonna do right side, left side, right side, left side. All right, so I'm gonna flatten the band out and I'm gonna bring my knees on top of the band. So I'm just gonna lie it down on the floor and I'm gonna drop my knees on top of it. All I'm doing is kneeling here. So if you need more padding, more cushion underneath your knees, take a moment, get a towel or something like that. All right, so I'm gonna start with my right. So I'm gonna bring the band into my right hand, and depending on, you can always kind of maybe adjust it, give yourself a little more band if you need it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I like to hold it between my thumb and my first finger. I'm gonna keep my left arm nice and strong to my side, and my legs can be a little further apart to give me a little wider base. Front of the hip is open. So taking a breath with, and I'm gonna use an exhale, I'm gonna push my arm up and over, and we're gonna do a nice lateral movement, and then pull it back down. So we're gonna do 8 of those. So make sure the band feels something that's good on your shoulder and to give you some nice movement. So here we go, starting with an inhale. I'm gonna exhale, reach it over. Inhale, come back. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale, back. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale, back. Good. Here we go. 5 and back. Exhale, 4 and back. Exhale, 3 and back. Exhale, 2 and back. 1 more and back in. All right, as I said, I'm gonna do right, left. So we're gonna do the same thing on your left side. Remember, 2 sides of the body are so different, and you might need more, you might need less resistance, and just play along with it. Nice thing is you can do this without the band, if that feels right in your body. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna do a practice one to see what I want. I'm gonna glue my right hand down so I can see that my shoulders are square, and I'm gonna reach it up and over. That feels pretty good. I might choke up just a little bit more. Okay, same thing. Hips are open, tailbone is dropped. Here we go. 8 and back. 7 and back. 6 and back. 5 and back. 4 and back. 3 and back. Exhale, 2 and back. Exhale, 1 and come back in. All right, so this is where I'm going to add something different to it. So I'm going back, right, left, right, left. So now I'm going to take my band and I am going to, let's see, I planned this out the other day. I have to think about how to do it now. I'm going to take my left, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my left foot and stretch it out. I'm making a tripod. So my left foot is on the band with it long. My right knee is underneath my hip. And now I'm going to take my right hand and hold onto the band. So think right arm, left leg. So I'm going to choke in. I'm going to probably just rest my hand here on the hip. And then, so I think right hand, left hip. I'm going to pull it and open it out, bend, and come back through. Kind of like you're pulling a sword and coming back in. All right, so we're going to do 8 of these. So I've got a strong core. Here we go. We're going to exhale out, inhale back, exhale out, inhale back, exhale, inhale. Good, 5 more. Exhale, inhale, 4 and back. Exhale, 3 and back. Exhale, 2 and back. Exhale, 1 and come back in. Okay, so I'm going to do it to the other side. So I'm going to move my band over just a little bit, over quite a bit. And now I'm going to place my right leg here. So my left knee is underneath my left hip. My right foot is now holding that band steady, and I'm going to choke up on it, hold it down with my left foot, right foot. Now I've got my left arm. So I think left hand, left hip. I'm going to do a practice. See how that resistance feels. Now I'm going to be nice and strong. Take a breath. Exhale, we go out. Inhale, return. Exhale, out and return. Out and return. Here we go. 5 more. 5 and back. 4, back. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 1. And come back in. Nicely done. All right, so I want to finish out and do a little bit of side series here. So I think I'm going to go probably for a kneeling one, and we'll play around with this band, okay? So let's see, spacing wise. I'm going to start with my right foot. I'm going to wrap the band around my right foot. See, I've just got it wrapped around my right foot. Ah, there it is. And I'm taking it out to the side. So I'm going to hold on tight with my band, and I'm going to bring my left hand underneath my shoulder. So I'm going to hold on to the band, actually, and I'm going to bring that with my left hand onto the floor. Good. Now I'm going to work on this nice triangle position. And so I mean, when I say triangle position, I've got left hand, left knee, right foot. And then I'm going to work on lifting that right leg up strong and tapping it to the floor. Strong and tapping it to the floor. So I'm getting some nice strong hip work here. Here we go. Let's do 8 of them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, let's do the other side. So I'm going to take my band, and you can do these without the band. I mean, the band adds a nice challenge, but you certainly can do it without the band. All right, so I've got the band around my left foot, and I'm going to pull it nice and strong into my right hand. So I've got my right hand on the floor, my right knee, holding it underneath my shoulder, and now I'm going to start to work on lifting my left leg up and touch, reaching and touching. We have 8 more. 8 and back, 7 and back, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Nicely done. Bring the band in. All right. What we're going to do to finish out is I'm going to take us down to the floor. We're going to use the band for some stretches and then get in a set of leg circles on both sides of our body. Okay, so I'm going to take us down to the mat again. So when you're ready, you're back onto your back. Head is down. It will stay down. I'm going to start with my left leg because that's the one closest towards the camera with my phone. And I'm going to reach my left leg up to the ceiling. I've got the band around my foot. I'm holding it with both hands. My right leg for now is bent, meaning my foot is on the floor, knees bent, but you can straighten it out. So we're going to work on bringing the I've got my left leg. So I'm going to work on bringing it in for a nice hamstring stretch. Now this side for me is a lot tighter than the other side. So I'm going to get to a moving stretch. This is where I bend the knee and straighten it. Bend the knee and straighten it. This is called a dynamic stretch where we just keep it moving. This works better for my body, but if you want to go to a static stretch where you just hold it, then you can do that. Okay, now I'm going to take the leg a little more up to the ceiling so it's a perpendicular. Left leg, left hand. Now I'm going to open my leg out to the side so I get some inner thigh opening right here. So I'm really opening up that space. And this is one where I'm going to say it's a static stretch. You're just going to hold it. And then I'm going to bring my left leg back to the ceiling. Now I'm going to switch it over to my right hand. Now only do this if you know it's okay for your hips, meaning crossing the midline. So I'm going to turn my toes inward and I'm just going to bring it up and across for that nice IT band outside the hip stretch. Excellent job. Now bring it back to center. Now I'm going to still keep my band on, but I'm not going to hold it super, super tight. I'm going to give it a little bit of pull, but not a lot of pull. And what I like to do is put my hands together just right near your belly button, somewhere in there. And we're going to do just nice 5 circles in each direction. So when you're ready, cross over, open, and pause. Cross, open, and pause. 3, open, and pause. 2, open and pause. Last one. And now we reverse it. Take it out. Circle and up. Take it out. Circle and up. 3. Circle it up. 2. Circle it up. Last one. And bring it in. Go ahead, bend the knee. Maybe just pull it in, give it a nice little hug. I like to keep the band on my foot, and then I'm going to take my opposite leg, put it inside the band, and it's a nice, easier way to change that way. All right, so now I've got my right leg up to the ceiling. My left knee can be bent or straightened out, depends. Now we go in for that hamstring stretch. This is where we work on pulling the leg in. Remember, it can be that moving stretch. Depends on what your hamstrings feel like. Or it can be a static stretch where you just hold it. And like I said, this side's much different. So this side I can hold, and that feels pretty good on my body. So I have to listen. All right. Now I'm going to take the leg up to the ceiling so it's perpendicular with me. Right leg, right hand, and now I'm going to open it up to the side. So I open up and get some inner thigh stretching, adductors. That feels good on me. So, you know, you can always stay here a little bit longer or go back and repeat this when we are done. And then come back to center. Once again, only if it's safe for your hips, turn your toes inward. And I'm going to pull it, and I've switched hands. I'm pulling it across the midline. And then back to center. So I'm not going to hold too tightly with the band, but I'm just going to anchor it onto me. Just give me a little bit of pull. Not a super tight pull, just a little bit. And we have 5 circles. Cross over, open and stop. Cross over, open and stop. 3. And pause. 2. And pause. 1. And pause. Reverse it. Open, circle and stop. Open, circle and stop. Inhale, exhale up. 2 more. Inhale, exhale up. Last one. Exhale up. And bend the knee. Bring it in. I went ahead and ditched the band and just give it a little hug. All right. And then when you're ready, you can probably bring both knees in. Just give them a nice little hug right here, pulling that tailbone slightly off the floor. Remember, if those stretches felt good, take some time, go back and do them again, or make them a little bit longer and work for you. All righty, I'm going to transition up to a seated position. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, these bands, you can order them on Amazon, or like I said, I've got 9. So if anybody really needs one, text me and we'll make it happen. Thank you. Bye.